time. It's a story about what makes Toronto and Canada such a unique place in the world. This is a story about Nav Bhatia. Nav came to Toronto in 1984 when we were a different city. With a beard and a turban and a heavy accent, he couldn't get a job as an engineer, so he wound up selling cars at a small dealership in Rexdale, which wasn't a great part of town back then. For a lot of people, that would have crushed their souls to come from so far and to see a side of ourselves that was so difficult. But not for Nav. When they went low, he went high. His own coworkers used to call him towelhead and ragman and sheethead. Do you know how he responded? He responded by selling 127 cars in 90 days. And you know what's even crazier is that that record stands to this very day. Now that's amazing enough, but guess what? It gets even crazier. He went on to be so successful that he bought that dealership, and a few years later, he bought a second one. In 1995, when we were all at home watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Seinfeld, Nav bought his first ever tickets to the Toronto Raptors home opener. And it was love at first sight. You know, when you love something, you never let it go. And ever since that day, Nav has been to every single Raptors home game in history. That's through blizzards, through snowstorms, through the Vince years, through Vinsanity, and even Linsanity. He's been through it all the entire time, sitting on the sidelines with that big, amazing smile, treating every possession as though it's a game-winning shot. Canada isn't perfect, and there's more that we need to do. But we've become a place since those early years where we're proving to the world that immigration works, that multiculturalism works. We're a place where we build walls, or where we don't build walls, we build bridges. We're a place where instead of locking people out, we open the door and stick out our hand and say, come on in. And Nav is an amazing symbol of that. He's not just a guy from Toronto. In a lot of ways, he is Toronto. He's the best of who we are and what we aspire to be. And when you're an immigrant, nothing says you belong more than sitting on the sidelines of your favorite sporting match and cheering on your team, waving a Canadian flag. You know, sports can be the great equalizer. Just go to a Raptors game. Just go on Twitter. Just look at this room. Look at how diverse it is. Take a moment and look around. You might not see this in a lot of other cities. And if you go to Jurassic Park, you'll see every color. You'll see black, you'll see brown, you'll see white. You'll see people getting along. And if you look really close, you'll see everybody's eating shawarma poutine. What could be more Canadian than shawarma poutine? And you know, as the Raptors started getting better, so did Nav in his businesses. And he could have called it a day like a lot of other people do, but guess what? He spent $300,000 on tickets to send young children, mostly from brown immigrant families, to the Raptors game. And he did it because he wants to show everybody, you, me, everybody, something the entire world is going to see tonight at tip-off in the evening, that in Canada, everybody belongs. And there's no better place for me to start that conversation on Twitter. In other cities, it might be kind of weird to see Punjabi, Sikh, brown guy with a turban and a big beard in his late 60s as a cultural icon for the best basketball team in the world.
Yep.
But in Toronto, it's not. It's actually kind of normal. And the best part about all this exposure that Nav has gotten is that for so much of his life, he spent it celebrating other people. Isn't it nice now that people around the world get to celebrate him? Thank you.
What an amazing story. This all started on Twitter, and you met Nav through Twitter, but am I right in saying that you actually haven't met him in real life?
It's crazy. Like, we've spoken on the phone, and I've seen him at games, obviously, from like far away.
Bet you's coming in.
But I've never met him. It's crazy. All this exposure, and I've never met him.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, standing ovation, director Superfan, Nav Bhatia.
Yeah! Woo!
Thank you for being here. So, Mohammed, you wrote this incredibly poetic tweet about Nav and how he captures what it means to be Canadian. Why did you do that?
It's a good question, but can I just say one more time? Let's give it up for Nav Bhatia. And his hug is the warmest hug we've getting. No, it's a good question. You know, I cover a lot of war zones, so I fly to dangerous places for reasons that people usually wouldn't understand. I do it because I want to make a difference in the world. And about a year ago, I woke up in the morning and I made a decision. I said that instead of just covering the world's problems, I wanted to spend the rest of my life helping to solve them instead. And everybody's good at something. Some of you can do surgery, some of you can sell advertisements. I tell stories. Well, it is the audience, right? I tell stories, and that's what I'm good at. And I sat back and I said, well, I tell stories. How can I change the world? And what I decided to do with my Twitter page was, I said, from now on, I'm only going to share and create good stories. And when I started, I had no idea if it would be successful. I just had that intention. And I was averaging about 200,000 impressions per month, which isn't very much. Ever since I switched, at this moment today, I'm now averaging about 4.3 million. And I think it goes to show you that in a world that's filled with so much negativity, we need stories like that make us happy and show us who we are. And that's a long-winded version of me answering your question.
That's great. That's great. Nav, Mohammed's tweet about you has blown up all over the world. I think the count is 35 million impressions since Sunday right now. Incredible. You've even got accolades from Steve Kerr, head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Mark Cuban. Why do you think your story has resonated with so many people around the world?
First of all, I want to thank Twitter for having me here. And before that, I also want to thank you, Mohammed. I don't want to thank you in the end, I will do that again, but in the beginning. I'm humble. Well, this can be the problem with the turban sometimes. That's okay. We have a solution also. I think you have not just moved me, you have moved the humanity all around the world with your tweet story. But let me take you back how it all started. You know, we were in Milwaukee, as everybody knows, that in 24 years of Raptors history, I have never been late for a game, and I have never left a game early. So I am bragging about my record of Raptors, but I'm not going to stand here in front of all you smart guys and brag about my married life because it's hanging by a very thin thread. I have missed a lot of my wife's wedding anniversaries, her birthdays, and a lot of other things. But you know, as of this morning, I was still married. When I left the house, I have gone to all of the playoff games in the last 19 years. I went to Milwaukee this time. We lost the first 2 games, as you all know. How many are Raptors fans here, by the way? Okay, so, you know, we lost 2 and everybody started saying, oh, it's going to be a sweep for Milwaukee because their record was better than us. They were the number 1 in the league with all that record. Well, we came back, we beat them in the 3rd. We beat them in the 4th game. And I guess it must have messed up a Milwaukee fan big time. It messed him so big time that he decided to write something on Twitter. It was not a good thing for him to write. He wrote that I had a underwear on my bed. You know what? I came here 34 years ago. I have heard all these things before, like Muhammad explained. I'm okay. I usually don't fight with the people. I do what Michael Jordan, the great, used to do. Show your numbers, let your numbers speak. So on that one, when I read that and all that, my daughter came very disturbed and she read it to me. And you know what? I just did like Jazzy's song says. That's what I did. But what happened is, then the tweets from Milwaukee fans start coming on that, you know, we love Superfan, and the Raptors fans got starting, and then I saw a little war going on the tweets, you know. And then the guy deleted his account. So then he opened up another account called, I think, Sorry Nav, I believe. And I felt, you know, this human being has made a mistake. And I should reach and talk to him and genuinely sort of convert him and get him off whatever the issues he's having in his head about the Sikhs or the Muslims or anybody else. I should help him on that. I approached him to talk to him. He wouldn't talk to me. Finally, he sent me a message that he would talk to me, and I was delighted. I just didn't want him, this guy, to mess up all his life because of the mistake he had made. I wanted to be a part of his solution rather than arguing and having everybody around the world getting upset and all that. Finally, he agreed to talk to me, and without giving his identity, and I was okay with that. He explained me. He almost cried when he was talking to me that he had just bought a home and the closing is going to be done in the next week. He had just had a new job. He has a kid, 10 years, who plays basketball. So I asked him, I said, you want to show your kid, you want to tell your kid these kind of hatred things? He said, I made a stupid mistake. I'm stupid. I'm nobody. I'm God. He cursed himself. I said, I don't want you to curse yourself. He said, no, I'm sorry. I want to be forgiven. And this, I didn't sleep all night long and all that. So he kept on going and all that. I said, I want to, make sure. He said, I might lose my job. I might not even then get my home. So all his life would be changing to a negative thing. I said, how can I help you on this? I want to help you. You have a son. And I said, I'm going to forgive you. And it's forgotten as far as I'm concerned now. You move forward. I'm going to come to Milwaukee next season. This was, remember, this was after the fifth game we won there, fifth game we won there. So I guess I was in Milwaukee again, and I had a couple of TV interviews with Milwaukee station, and I guess he's before he saw me and all that also. So I think he changed his, and I felt that he was remorseful of what he did. And I told him the next time I come to Milwaukee, not this season because I'm not planning to come back, we are going to be doing. But next season when I come, I'm going to take you and your son for a dinner. And your son plays basketball. I'm going to send him some gear signed by some players so that he has some bragging rights in the school. And that's what I want to do. So what did I do? I could be upset. I could be angry at it. I didn't do that. And I never do that. Even 34 years ago, I never took that route. I moved forward. And I told him, I said, you shouldn't be, you are a big guy. I said, no. In my eyes, you are a big guy because you have realized the mistake and you have asked for forgiveness. To me, that's very great of you to do that. Let's move forward, and we have made a negative situation into a positive situation. This is my way of converting negativity into positive.
Amazing. Amazing.
Everybody, people supporting and all that on it. I really am thankful to all of them. I got so many calls. Muhammad, you have not just, I think, not helped me on this. I think you have helped humanity in general, because there is no place for bullying. There is no place for racism on this earth. In this room, you see so many people. You're probably from 50, 60 countries. You're black, white, Japanese, Chinese, Jewish, everybody. You know, 99.999% deep inside, we have all the same passion. You go to Air Canada today, we are going for the NBA final game 1. You go there, you will see everybody, like people from 100 countries. And that's what we have done in Toronto. The way we have done it, when they were younger people, we used to bring them. I used to bring them. I'll give you one example. What helped me to change the culture, like we are bragging about right now, is that we have, Canada is the place. Because everybody is the same Canadian. Doesn't matter what color, what form we are, what language we speak, what we wear hijab or we wear turban or whatever. But guys, that is Canada. You know, we used to, that's Canada, yes Canada. I always say, if there is a heaven on this earth, it's right here in Canada. We are proud of it, and you know, guys, we have a big game today. So, you know, I think there are a lot of Raptors fans. I hope Paul will give me a moment later on at the end of my time just to do a little cheer for the Raptors.
Yeah!
Nav Bhatia. Okay, so this is the last question, maybe a difficult question. Who are you rooting for tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking Nav Bhatia and Muhammad.
Before I do the cheer, I want to thank Twitter again, and I want to thank Muhammad. You know, we have not met before, he has seen me, but I think Muhammad now has your number. I'm going to bug you. Is that okay?
Anytime.
Thank you. Guys, big day for the Raptors. We are going to win this game.
Woo! Go Raptors! Go Raptors! Let's go Raptors!